All right, so this is called a haversack. It's like sort of like a man purse, very traditional on the frontier and through mountain men time. We still use them today. They're super, super handy. I keep all my outdoor gear in here. This is made of oilcloth. You can see oilcloth gets only better with age. But let's look what's in Dan's haversack, right? So when we open this up, years ago, I sewed this little pouch in a haversack. In this pouch, what I do is I keep an extra blanket pin. That way, if I'm at camp, I have an awl, okay? But I also, more importantly, I have a blanket pin that if I have my wool blanket, I can use my wool blanket as an outer layer. In the back side here, I have what I call a slip pad because it slips down in there. So something to sit on or kneel on, or I can process fire making material on this thing. There's just a little bit of padding on here. This is old, and this was a prototype to what we now currently make. I have a roll of bank line because this stuff's super useful when it comes to crafting, and I usually find myself grabbing this before any other kind of cordage, so that's why I keep it right in here. I also have a little pair of pliers that I drilled out with just a leather tang on here because sometimes you just need that on, right? And then I have, that's the bag empty, I have a little roll top bag. And in that bag, I have a few items that I use quite often. So if I get away from my main pack at camp and I'm out and about, or I'm just going out for the day, I generally grab this. So I have myself a spork in here because being able to eat is always important, right? And I usually throw some food in if need be. I have a small file. I cut the end off of this thing and I sharpened one side so I can use this as a scraper, or I can use this to sharpen up my tools. I have a small little tin here of fire starters for myself to help me along, a big piece of fat wood that I can scrape and begin fires with, carpenter's pencil for marking, a big old ferro rod. I had this thing for years. You could see how nice and worn that is. Another Yuko spork spoon and fork combo. I don't know why I have two, but that's what we got. I have a little antler awl, a small little case pocket knife. This knife is the first knife my wife ever bought me, so that's why I keep that in here. And then lastly, I have a small little piece of buckskin, and this buckskin is rolled up and it doubles as a sewing kit. So lots of different needles in here and some thread and stuff down in the bottom. That's what is in my haversack.